In 2022, nearly everything you see and hear is filtered. Social media companies are deleting ideas they disagree with. The mainstream media is reporting only what fits their agenda, and our so-called leaders are using them both to fight personal battles, oftentimes leveraging your livelihood and safety in the process. Just like you, I've had enough, and that's why I created this show. Here you get unfiltered and unapologetic content. I don't care if I hurt your feelings or if I take a position that isn't popular. I call them like I see them. I'd like to ask you to do two things to keep this show going. First, please share it with two people today. Let's show them what brutal honesty looks and sounds like. And second, please go to nickdip.com and make a contribution so we can keep this show going. Or even better, subscribe at the Comics Gym or on Patreon today and get an extra encore show each day, discounts on merchandise, and more for being a monthly subscriber. Thank you guys so much for watching, sharing, and contributing to the best show around. You guys make it happen. Thanks so much. Oh yeah, how are you folks? I'm gonna have to learn that riff. Working on Jimi Hendrix style chords right now. Yeah, that's what you should be doing 10 months into teaching guitar. What an asshole. Man, it's my favorite hobby, I tell you. I've talked to the wife twice in 10 months since I got that guitar. How are you folks? Welcome to the show on a filthy Tuesday, MLK Day yesterday. Yes, great weekend in Arizona. Let's get that out of the way. This club, man, CB Live. I gotta be honest, folks. I've been doing this 30-something. I get on a plane. I'm like, this is gonna suck, blah blah. And I'm wrong most of the time. But this, I couldn't have been more wrong. This was the hottest fucking comedy audiences I had played in front in 5 years. Packed out the first two. Second one's a little more than half, I would say. And again, that's the first time I've been in this market in a long time. And let me tell you, like I said on stage, that state's as red as Lucille Ball's bush. Okay? Don't believe the fucking hype. I felt like I was in Alabama. I mean, and here's how I know the show is starting to grab the people we want to. When I get introduced, I got a prolonged round of applause every show that I never got in my career, except for in Huntsville, Alabama a year ago. Bammer, I said, being from Boston. Can I get a vodka and tonic, please? Yeah, and just a prolonged, which tells me people, and I said, who watches this show, place goes crazy, which makes me fucking hard. I got to be honest with you. The two go together. This grows that grows this. And they were, hot. I killed like I used to when I was coming up in Boston, and I had to do 20 minutes at Nick's Comedy Stop on a Friday night in front of 300 people. When you had a 45 minutes of great, so you picked your best. Shook the rafters. These people did not moan at anything. Fleshed out a table each show, I think. Of course, the girl has to give you the finger. You fucking libs, you intolerant twats. You're the most angry, vile people on the planet. Couldn't just leave. Of course, I had to go, hey, where you going? She's like, and then I said, okay, we've removed the tumor from the fucking patient. Let's get on with it. Just fucking childish. Can you imagine walking out of a comedy club because you disagree with me? Are you there for a seminar? Because that's not what I was doing. I'm pretty sure 220 people were laughing. You were the only couple that weren't. It's a democracy. I think we win on that one. But I'm glad I ruined your night. I hope you went home and badmouthed me and your fucking kids died tomorrow. Do you have any? You fuck stain. Go fucking. I'm just telling you. People that ran it were nice. Nightclub attached to the same building. Go through the, it's live music. Watching two great bands 2 nights in a row. Just sitting there. Dude, I felt like I liked what I was doing for a living. I was faked out for a second. But thank you all for coming out. In Arizona, I will be back. I will be back. If I film by the way, 1 hour specials are pretty much done, folks. Don't hold your breath on that. Seriously, they're just, who everybody does them now, it doesn't really fucking matter. So I'd rather put out an album, which gets played on the radio every 3 seconds, and I get my residuals. And remind me to talk about that, how that's changed. They used to fuck us out of a certain amount of royalties for publication. There's a company that picked up on that. It's going to work on our behalf, the comedians. Anyways, I digress. Thank you guys for coming out to CB Live. It was tremendous. All right, let's get to it. My sister's ass. In the N-word tonight, or today, or this morning, whenever you're listening. Crystal Bayron Nieves, 19 years old, killed at a Burger King, even after she did what the guy said. 40-year-old Michelle Alyssa Go, Asian woman, pushed in front of a subway train. This is all in the last week in New York City. 24-year-old Brianna Kupfer, works for a furniture company, was stabbed to death this past weekend in Los Angeles. What do all these victims have in common? They were killed by black thugs. But remember, America, Joe Biden, your president, says white supremacists are the biggest threat out there to this country. Mr. President, on behalf of all white people, except the ones that voted for you, I say go fuck yourself. ×3. That's all I got to say. Let's move on with the show.
Well, we're waiting.
All right.
Make me a sandwich. Make me a fucking sandwich.
And our Make Me a Sandwich segment tonight. Vice President, still makes me laugh to say that. This bitch couldn't run a fucking Arby's. Vice President Kamala Harris, just think Camel, no, look at her, she's pretending to blow somebody. This is how I got to the top. Vice President Kamala Harris on Monday said she is not going to absolve, what are you, a pope? Senators who stand in the way of Democratic-led legislation aimed at overhauling the U.S. election system. Is that what you said, you pig?
You fucking whore. Yeah, that's it. Go home. Get my dinner ready.
I love this show so much. It should get an Emmy. I don't know how that works. Harris, who made the comments after the Eagles game when she had 12 tackles. Fucking pig. Harris, who made the comments in response to a question about Senator Joe Manchin, a Democrat, West Virginia, and Kyrsten Sinema, Democrat, Arizona, also suggested that legislatures standing in the way of passing the Freedom to Vote Act. There's been you can't name one person who's been turned down a vote in this country. You can't name one for illegitimate reason. You can't name one. Even Democrats hated the speech that Biden gave last week where he said, if you want to be on the side of Jim Crow or Dr. King, even Democrats, remember Al Sharpton even said it was a speech, go to hell speech. Just think about that. Let that sink in for you fucking idiots. Not you guys, you vote like me. I always say that in case there are 3 Democrats who stumble over the show by standing in the way of passing the Freedom to Vote Act, which is absolutely hilarious. And the John Lewis, fuck him, he was an old racist black guy, Voting Rights Advancement Act, failing to uphold their oath to defend the What the fuck? You wouldn't know the Constitution if it bit you in your testicles. The United States Senate has the opportunity and, I dare say, the responsibility to pass these bills through Congress so the president can sign them. And the resistance to doing that will not deter us from our commitment to getting it done, Harris said. You haven't got shit done. How's the border going? Harris said during a volunteer event in Washington, D.C., marking MLK Jr. Day,
Who the fuck do you think you are? Who the fuck do you think you are?
I'm the vice president.
Who the fuck?
I'm the vice president. I have a cock. When a reporter asked a follow-up question about Manchin and Sinema, whose continued lack of support, can you imagine? People get shit on when they're actually calling it the way they see it, being objective. They get shit on. by the Dems. Lack of support has stalled aspects of Biden's agenda, Harris said. As I've said before, there are 100 members of the United States Senate, and I'm not going to absolve, again, who the fuck are you? Nor should any of us absolve any member of the United States Senate from taking on a responsibility to follow through on the oath that they all took. They didn't take an oath to turn this into a fucking one-party state, you douche. Oh my God, I'm smarter than she, I swear to God. And I cheated my way through college to support and defend the Constitution of the United States. She then lifted her leg and let out a 30-second bass fart that shook the rafters. Harris has suggested before that legislatures who do not go along with Biden's voting rights legislation are violating their oath. What are you, a Cub Scout? When we have the discussion about who's responsible, I will not absolve the 50 Republicans in the United States Senate from responsibility for upholding one of the most basic and important tenets of our democracy, which is free and fair elections. Free and fair access to the ballots for all eligible. Find me a black person who was turned down. I'll put him on the show, give him the fucking mic. Harris said to NBC, of course, last week. Ugh, I hate her.
You stupid fucking blabbermouth!
Oh, that was well said by whoever said that. The Democrats are being very unfair. What's the headline for the next story? Logan's Heroes. No, do you remember Hogan's Heroes? Dallas, you remember that, or are you too young for that one? You remember that. You're a military guy. Hogan's Heroes was a show about a German camp in World War II with Colonel Klink, Warner Klemper, his name was. John Banner played, was it John Banner or Frank? John Banner. Sergeant Schultz. I know nothing. I don't know if you people. It was a funny show. Bob Crane, who turned out to be a real pervert, he ended up dying. He was the star of the show. He was Hogan, American, playing an American Army guy captured by the German. They were based in a camp, a German prison camp. Of course, what better place to have slapstick comedy? I mean, but it was so goddamn funny, man. Clank had the little monocle, remember? Logan. Colonel Burkholdt, the Clink, you are an idiot. Remember the fat guy? He used to scare me. It was a great show. LeBeau, some black dude. You know what I'm saying, man? Hey, people are sending me a lot of funny shit. Maybe you've seen these memes. That's why sometimes I don't put them up. I'm like, maybe this thing's been out there a year. But some of them are just too funny. And somebody sent me this one that pretty much sums up the Biden administration's job so far. You believe that's the same guy? I forgot. I'm laughing at the bottom picture, but it's Matthew McConaughey. Remember he lost like 80 pounds? Huh? Dallas Buyers Club. I went to see it. I thought it was about the Cowboys getting a new quarterback. Turns out it was about AIDS. AIDS. Did he win an Academy for that one? Oh, yeah. He was so good. That was a good movie. I'm doing one. It's similar to that. It's about GNC products that make guys into beasts, but it's really garbage. Hey, I want to thank again. I know I did it at the top of the show. Everyone who came out this past weekend in Phoenix at CB Live. The shows. Let me tell you, folks. Tommy, by the way, texted me. He goes, "How much time did you do?" And I want to say, "What the fuck are you talking?" Well, he goes, "I don't know, something about an old man or something." And I said, I've never shortchanged my people or anybody else. Even when people don't like me, I'll stay on an extra 5 as punishment. But I did a fucking hour plus on almost every show. Yeah, so I'll be back on the road in 2 weeks at Good Nights. Is that the name of the club? Is it no longer Charlie Goodnight? It's just Good Night? I guess Charlie sold it. At Good Nights in Raleigh, North Carolina, January 27 through 29. And then the following week, I'll be back in the Northeast. Thank God, because I haven't had snow go down the back of my coat. Thursday, February 3rd, I'll be freezing to death at Sugarloaf Performing Arts Center. Sounds nice. Sugarloaf was where I placed my friends ski. Friday, February, whoever made the name. 4th, I'll be at the Algonquin Theater in Manalapan. I like it, these towns that leave dead Indian names all over the place. Manalapan, New Jersey. Saturday, February 5th, I'll be at my old haunt and seeing my old buddy who runs the place, owns the place, James, on Long Island. Him and his wife, Lara, the nicest people. They buy me Chinese food when I'm there and whatever. Guy's the best. Get tickets and all my other tour dates at DaveChappelle.com and also Sinbad.org at NickDip.com. And click on the tour button and you can see where I'm coming, what I'm doing. Let's move on with the motherfucker. Ghoulish Gascone. L.A. top prosecutor is under fire. This guy's evil. Another product of Soros. And I'm going to say this again to you people out there, even my fans, there are some living out there. Don't think of these people as Americans representing you. Think of them as the enemy. They don't belong in this country. They're fucking hardcore Marxists who want to tear this down inch by inch, what we built in the last couple of years. No doubt about it. Not a conspiracy, as Bill Hicks used to say. I could prove it with a sketch pad and a pencil. L.A. top prosecutor under fire for allowing a transgender. Again, let's talk about transgender because there's sick as them on the planet. Making a hell of a lot of noise, apparently. Transgender woman, that means a guy who became a woman, who sexually assaulted a 10-year-old girl as a minor, to face, Gascone wants her to face no jail time, a wrist slap sentence, okay?
Hey, little boy, you want some candy?
What do you like, Snickers? What do you like, clock bar? Huh? Dallas, do you remember marathon bars?
Oh, yeah.
Do you?
Yeah, I remember.
They were kind of long and just chocolate caramel. I mean, what happened? Chewy. Best thing ever. You could choke somebody with one of these. You could tie it off like a... Hannah Tubbs, that was the... Oh, here she is. That was a guy who, apparently that's a girl now. Still looks like Bill to me. Hannah Tubbs, now 26, pleaded guilty to attacking the girl in a woman's bathroom at a Denny's restaurant where I used to get laid all the time. I used to grab a waitress in the late 70s who smoked 3 packs a day, lift her dirty skirt up and make her, I'd do the Tutti Frutti, Russian Fruity special. 2014, 2 weeks before she turned 18, she molested a 10-year-old. LA District, he did. I'm going to say he. It says she in the article. It's a fucking he. I don't care if you sew a snatch on your chest. L.A. District Attorney George Gascone filed charges against Tubbs in early 2020, not long after taking office. But the progressive DA has refused to try juvenile as adults, citing studies that show adolescent brains aren't fully developed until age 25. Are you fucking, oh, you're still a baby, are you, at 24 and 20, but you're old enough they want you to vote? Developed until age 25, and claiming that young offenders can be rehabilitated in juvenile facilities, probably where you hang out with an open robe.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. May God have mercy on your soul.
You scumbag. May you burn in hell. The devil shoves his 9-headed cock up your eye. At a hearing on December 14th, the victim provided a written statement to the judge and was read out loud in court. She asked the judge to impose a sentence that Tubbs deserved. The victim added she is in constant fear and has had to undergo therapy because the sexual assault she experienced has left her feeling worthless, powerless, and sometimes suicidal. What my wife always says when I come home from a road trip. I just wanted to forget I'm part of any of this, the victim said in her statement, and I'm constantly reminded of my past because of the case. I live in fear most of the time, and although it's something that I tried to tell myself isn't my fault, I could never truly believe it. I feel that I'm to blame somehow, and when I know deep down that that isn't the case. I chose not to come into court because I couldn't stand the thought of having to see my attacker's face again. And I hope after all of this comes to an end, my attacker gets the punishment he, amen, sister, he deserves for attacking a child with no problem, and I can finally get on with my life. At her sentencing later this month, Tubbs faces a short stint in juvenile hall. Juvenile hall, yeah, give her detention for now. or probation, according to the LA Times, which report, I'm sure they were happy about it, that paper, which, California, you get what you deserve. I'm glad fucking people are fleeing that shithole. Same with New York, which reported that the sheriff's department has offered to house her in an adult facility.
Fucking quiz!
I'm telling you, folks, we are between Bragg, that new attorney general in New York City, who I don't think he's going to last 5 minutes. Again, there's even people on the left. You guys on the far left, you AOCs, you're out running. You don't know what it means. It's a football term, but you're out punting your coverage. You out punt. That's what a punter used to get off an 80-yard kick, and the guy catching it, we get a 40-yard run before the fucking. Anyways. And I'm going to ask this question again. What are you going to do when Trump or whoever, Republicans, take over the White House? What's left to do? You've burnt our country. You've burned our cities. You've killed people in the name of whatever. What's left? You know what's left. That's why I'm going to the shooting range of Dallas. Anyways, let me take a sip of my coffee. As they say in New York, chili dog, coffee light. Hey, that's another thing we should get, that news. Huh? Write that down.
Yeah, that use Morse code.
Yeah, we'll do that in between each story. Next, we'll get 14 people watching. It'll be so good. Hey, take a look at this. Another funny thing that somebody sent me. Again, it could be old or no, but I don't give a shit. Maybe laugh. Take a look. Study it. Think about it for a second. It should say, in my opinion, the first thing black people say when they hear about a mass shooting is announced, they say, what? Betty White. Get it? Betty Ho. Ba-da-ba-ba-da. Ba-da-ba-da-ba. Ba-da-ba-ba-da. Here's Johnny. Get it, folks? Betty White. Anyhow, rest in peace, Betty. Still can't believe she died on a motorcycle trying to jump trash cans. It's amazing. Mendacious Marilyn. Folks, for you who don't have a thesaurus next to you, that means, mendacious means a person who has trouble telling the truth. Lying cocksuckers, what I say. Days after she was indicted on federal perjury charges, Baltimore's top prosecutor made an extraordinary appearance in church Sunday, begging for prayers to help in the light of her life. Do you remember this little hateful bitch after the Freddie Gray thing in Baltimore and all the rioting and shit? Remember? It's one of these black people I can look at her once and go, she just hates white people. She's got that. State's Attorney Marilyn Mosby, 41. That's the best picture of her ever, okay? She actually looks like a woman. Read a nearly 5-minute address from her cell phone. This is in a church. To the congregation of Empowerment Temple AME Church, as congregants formed a prayer circle around her. Live stream video of the service shows them. Look, she's in a circle. She's being charged with all kinds of shit. She's a crooked fucking DA or whatever the fuck she is. She's reading off a phone. And of course in the black church, the white devil's trying to get her.
It's so stupid.
You really are.
Stupid. So fucking stupid.
We can certainly use your prayers, Mosby said, because I'm a devil. I stole a lot of shit up in here. No. As she stood along, I'm losing my shit, alongside her husband, Baltimore City Council President Nick Mosby, seen here, who probably likes white people too, I can tell by his beard. Hello. Guy must shave 8 times a minute. As a family, he says, we are in the fight of our lives. No, she said, we're in the fight of our lives. Mosby was brought up to the front by the Reverend Robert. That's it? No last name? By the Reverend Robert. Look at him. Turner, who prayed for the Lord to bring real justice. Robert Turner. The Lord's going to bring real justice. What does that mean? As opposed to the white justice? You filthy racist. And protect Mosby from those that seek to kill her and destroy her. It's official. Black people, you're insane. White people who defend black people, you're more insane. Not all black people are insane. I live in a town that's 60-40. So I'm not trying to generalize, but enough for you where I say it in a room full of strangers and everybody laughs like a comedy club. Get it? I'm not trying to be unfair here, but you're fucking insane. I want us to bless this sister. Moving on up to... even offering to financially support the embattled prosecutor who was indicted Thursday on federal charges of perjury and filing false mortgage applications. She makes $250,000 a year as a city employee. He told the service that Mosby did not know he was bringing her up front. So it was supposed to be a surprise, but it says, although she proceeded to read her entire statement from a cell phone. But it was a spontaneous thing, like whose line is it anyway? More like whose phone is it anyway? Mosby was applauded in church because she's black like all the people going there, and in their eyes, their people can do no wrong. I just added that, but fuck it. Mosby was applauded in church as she repeated her earlier statement that, without equivocation, I am innocent of the charges levied against me. Freddie Gray's last words. Mosby, elected state's attorney in 2015, is accused of falsely claiming twice to have suffered a work-related financial hardship from COVID-19 in order to request 2 early withdrawals totaling $90,000 from her city employee retirement account. Oh, God.
Liar, whore, and you know it.
Prosecutors said that Mosby used the money she received, $36,000 in May of 2020 and $45,000 on December 31st of that year, toward down payments, get this, on a vacation home in Kissimmee, Florida, and Longboat Key. The 2 counts of perjury stem from Mosby's allegedly false statements of coronavirus-related financial duress. What? How do you, were you on the toilet for 2 months? I can't go to work. Financial duress at a time when she was earning a gross annual salary of $248,000 in full. She is also charged with hating Whitey and pretending not to. She's also charged with 2 counts of making false statements on mortgage application. And look, that type of crime, I'm going to be honest, crosses all fucking races. But I'm saying she's supposed to be the law. Makes it a little, I expect it from white guys in suits at Wall Street, or even Martha Stewart, that fucking hardened criminal. By the way, I've got some great recipes from Martha Stewart. When she was in jail, she put out a book. I know how to make osso buco in a steel toilet. Mortgage application seeking a total of more than $900,000 in loans. $900,000! It's almost $1 million to buy the Florida properties. The indictment says Mosby failed to disclose a black person cheating on tax returns. Again, white people do it too, but I'm just saying. I'm a racist. Federal tax delinquencies resulting in $45,000 lien imposed by the Internal Revenue Service in 2020.
Is it because we're black?
I don't know. Final story tonight. Cuckoo Canadian. Oh my gosh, what could that be? Oh, I don't know. A Canadian woman, oh, Canada, our home. People are dying at home. No, don't do it. I tried doing Kenny Rogers on stage because I smoke now, and it came out like this. Because she believes in me. I'll never know just what she sees in me. I told her someday if she'd be my girl, I could change the world with my little dick jokes. I was wrong. But she has faith in me, and so I go on bombing faithfully. And who knows, on some open mic, if my jokes are right, I will find a way. While she sleeps, I strangle the baby. A Canadian woman found herself in a precarious situation, standing on the roof of her car because she's a dumb Canuck, as it slowly, they're always on ice, the Canadians, as it slowly sank beneath the surface of an ice-covered river, but not so precarious that she couldn't stop and take a fucking selfie. Oh my God.
Oh, retard alert! Retard alert!
According to a report by CTV News, the woman was driving her car on the frozen Rideau River in Ottawa around 4:30 p.m. Sunday when it broke through. What are you driving on a river for? Through the ice and started sinking into she probably thought it was a parking lot at Target. and sunk into the frigid water below. Local residents were laughing their balls off, pointing and going, what a dump. What? Local residents came to her rescue using a kayak to allow her to get off the roof of her car shortly. Let's put it the close-up so people can see. Before it's, oh, we have footage, right? I'm sorry. Before it sank entirely below the surface and pull her to where the ice was more solid. Take a look here.
She's on top of the car. She's going in.
Look, she's standing on it.
Hurry up, Doug.
Wouldn't you jump there and try to swim? 3 feet? No? Maybe she didn't know how to swim. Fucking stand there. Emergency crews had been called, but the woman declined treatment at the scene. A local talk radio show posted video submitted by a listener that showed the rescuers dragging a blue kayak hurrying across the snow and ice cover to the woman as she stands on the sinking yellow car. She's on top of the car, she's going in, and a woman can be heard saying on what appears to be a cell phone video, "Hurry up, Doug!" Check this out. What happened to the close-up of her?
I've got. I said I was saving it for after when it's mentioned, because it's mentioned. The selfie is mentioned here in a second, so I save it for that part.
Oh, okay. A second video clip shows the woman being successfully pulled to safety as onlookers call out to make sure everyone was safe. Everyone was out of the car. Yeah, she's the only one, unfortunately. Local Ottawa resident Linda Douglas tweeted a photo that showed the woman standing on the roof of her car with one arm raised in a recognizable pose of taking a self-portrait. That would be a selfie. Fucking Canadians. With one cell phone. Reach for comment by media. Look, fucking, what a fucking moron. Boy, your generation. I don't know how old she is, but God, you're in love with yourselves. Look, I'm dying. I'm a dumb bitch. What are you looking for? Thumbs up with that? Put that on your Tinder profile? Who wants to go for a car ride? Reach for comment by media. Douglas confirmed that she had taken the photo while on the phone with 911. Oh, God.
Uh-oh, retard alert! Retard alert!
That is it, ladies and gentlemen, for today. Again, I want to thank the people that took the time this weekend to take a shower, wash their asses, use conditioner, put on their best tank top, and come out and see me at CB Live. Had one of the best. You know me, guys. I'm jaded. I don't get excited much. I had such a good time. They treated me well, and they treated you, you know. Hope the money's better next time, but I can do that. I didn't know everybody wanted Coke out there. There's a. Don't forget thecomicsgym.com. Don't forget nickdip.com to check out my dates and go to the store and buy something nice for your mother-in-law. And cameo.com. If you'd like me to roast one of your friends or relatives, go to cameo.com, click on my profile, it'll tell you how to do it. I'll make a video on my phone, ruining the day. Well, making it. They're usually fans of mine. Out of that is it. You guys think that I will say it? You're very welcome. See you back here at the same time tomorrow. Take care, kids.